Donald Trump and Fox News are going to fake outrage over a Charlie Rangel comment. Let's listen.
Let's move on to something else that's controversial. Representative Rangel, Charlie Rangel from New York, went on a racist rant last week when he was comparing the Tea Party to the term cracker, white cracker. Here was the quote to the Daily Beast. "It is the same group we faced in the South with those white crackers and the dogs and the police. They didn't care about how they looked. It was just fierce indifference to human life that caused America to say enough is enough." Some people are asking why there hasn't been more outrage when he makes a comment like this, but if it's in reverse, there is outrage. Your thoughts?
If Charlie or if whoever it was a Republican and they made that statement,
sure,
they'd be resigning from office right now.
Yeah, but Donald, you look at the stunning double standard. You know, he is on the left. And then a couple of months ago, you have the instance with Paula Deen where she said one word 30 years ago, and she was crucified, lost her business deals. They took her to task, but Charlie Rangel gets a pass.
Yeah, and nothing will happen to Charlie. I mean, I see it all the time. If you're a Republican, you make a statement like that, it's over. I mean, you are finished. If you're a conservative, and by the way, the further right you are, the worse it gets.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a very rough double. It's a double standard.
Well,
That's a very rough double standard. Paula Deen was absolutely crucified. What they did with her, I don't know what even happened to her. I see everybody dropped her. She has really got some problems. It's amazing.
Oh, they absolutely
Stunning.
crushed her. So Charlie Rangel's 83, but what about you could say, well, maybe he doesn't know what he's saying, but the people who consistently demand the Paula Deens of the world to be crushed and driven out of the public conversation, shouldn't they be forced to take a stand on this? Where's Obama in this?
Well, they're not going to take a stand, Tucker, and Obama is going to take a pass, and they're all going to take a pass, and that's the way the country is right now. We have a very divided country, and that's the way it is, and get used to it, because it's not changing very fast.
All right, let's be overly fair here. So did Charlie Rangel take it a little too far in what he said? Sure. I mean, I personally would not have used those words, and that's not to say that Charlie Rangel is wrong, but I would have avoided those words because I know how the idiots on the right were going to respond, and they were going to respond like this and completely miss the point. But with that being said, let's get a couple things straight. First, the false equivalency is bullshit. What Paula Deen said and did was much worse than Charlie Rangel. And keep in mind, it's the free market that decided Paula Deen's fate. The Food Network, private company, decided not to re-up her contract because they didn't want to be associated with a racist douchebag. And what happened, Fox? I thought you cared deeply about the free market. Oh, I guess not. Second of all, the word cracker is not the same as the N-word. Conservatives have been trying so hard to make that case for years. But the historical context and the history and the pain of that word, it's just not there. It's just not nearly as bad as the N-word. And just to give you guys some perspective, the word cracker originated back in the day when the master would crack the whip. So he'd be called a cracker. So being called the master, that's as bad as being called the N-word? I mean, it's totally absurd, and we should immediately stop this nonsense false equivalence. And third, are there some people in the Tea Party movement, to Charlie Rangel's point, who participated in or are sympathetic to or were on the side of the racists in Alabama during the Civil Rights era? Well, half the country at least was on that side, and it wasn't the liberals. So I hate to tell you, what he said, well, again, I understand it's harsh words, and there's plenty of people in the Tea Party movement who seriously just care about the debt and financial issues and aren't racist, right? But there are some people in there that are racist too. And what he said was not completely untrue. And the last point here, and what this is really about, Fox News wants to be able to say the N-word. They want white male Republicans to be able to use the N-word. They want that. They want that dearly. Because they think, well, why Charlie Rangel can say cracker? Why can't he say cracker? I want to say N-word, N-word, N-word. Can I say it? Can I say it? I want to say it so bad. Look, that's at the root of this, and the fake outrage is enough to turn me off from the whole story to begin with. But when you look at their true intentions, it makes it even worse.